Good morning students. Now today we are going to start our fourth lecture of chapter number 11, that is ray optics, and in our previous lecture we have completed the image formation of a concave and the convex mirror. 6 ray diagrams are there for the concave mirror and 2 ray diagrams are for the convex mirror. Now moving ahead with our next topic, that is mirror formula. Here we are going to derive the mirror formulas. So first, before we have to derive the mirror equation, the formula we have to identify the relation between radius of curvature and the focus, or we can say focal length. Okay, so here our first topic is a relation between radius of curvature, that is r, and the f, that is a focus point for a mirror. Okay, for mirror we have to derive a relation. So for this relation beta, we have to take a concave mirror. So I am just be taking firstly a concave mirror. This is a concave mirror in which the inward curved surface is a reflecting surface and outward is polished. Okay, now this is the principal axis, isn't it beta? I hope that you are get through all the ray diagram. So if you have get through all the ray diagram, then this is easy for you. Okay, so now we need two rays just to create an image. So first of all, when the light ray is coming parallel to the principal axis, this is the incident ray. Then after incident on the reflecting surface at point M, it has been passed through the focus point, the principal focus. Okay, this is the focus point F, and this ray is your this I can say a source S. After reflection it is your B, and this is the reflected ray. Okay, and here it is your pole P. Clear? And this line is your principal axis, as you all know, principal axis. Clear? Now for this, when the light ray is going through the center of curvature, it will be returned back, or we can say there is a normal. So the normal line has been passed through the center of curvature beta. So this is your center of curvature C. So if this is center of curvature, then the incident angle I, and the reflected angle R, because here the center of curvature is behave as the normal ray. Clear? Okay, get my point beta? Now moving ahead, what we have take, first of all, just to understand this relation between R and F, you have to be clear about this. The mirror which we have taken is of a very small aperture. Means if the aperture is very small, it means it was not be so much bent, it is like a straight like mirror. Okay, because this aperture is not so much bent, it is like a straight one. So we can just be say that the aperture is very much small. Okay, for the consideration, here I am writing beta, this is very important thing. Consider a mirror of very small aperture. Okay, clear? I think you are able to get my point. Now here, suppose that the light ray which is coming, just take it A, so it will be easy for us. A. Okay, now AM is which ray beta? AM is your incident ray. Now after incidence, your MB is your reflected ray. So MB is reflected ray. After this, and this MC is behave like a beta normal, so it is perpendicular to M. Okay, so MC is perpendicular at M. Clear? Get my point? Now we are just obeys the law of reflection, that angle I is equals to angle R, means angle AMC is equals to angle BMC or FMC. Okay, so here from law of reflection, angle AMC is equals to angle FMC. Okay, or what we can say beta, we can say that angle I is equals to angle R. Okay, now further, but angle AMC is equals to angle MCF. Why beta? Why I am telling this thing? Any idea? Angle AMC means angle I is equals to angle MCF. This angle, this is also be your I. Why I am telling this? Because these are the alternative angle. Which angle beta? Alternative angle. Okay, clear? Now hence we can say from angle MCF, angle FMC is equals to angle MCF. As we know that angle I is equals to angle R, so this is also be your I. This is your I, this is your I, so we can say FMC is equals to MCF. Okay, so from here, and one more thing that we have correlate, that is MF is equals to FC, because these angles are equal. So here MF is equals to FC. Clear? Okay, now in further, if the point M is very near to P. Okay, so if the point M is very much near to point P, means the point of incidence is very much near to the pole, then we can say that the distance MF is equals to PF, and you know beta PF is the distance of the focal length F. Focal length. Okay, so we can say that PF minus FC, PF is equals to your FC. Okay, PF is equals to FC as equals to radius of curvature. Okay, means your MF is equals to MP. MF is equals to MP, and you know that the MC is as well the same thing. Okay, so here PF plus FC, the equal we have already told before. Here we have to use the plus sign. Okay, so PF is equals to FC is equals to R. So what is the value of PF? PF is your focal length F, and this PF is equals to MF and MF is equals to FC. So if PF is your F, so MF is also be F, so your FC is also be F, is equals to R. So here 2F is equals to R, or we can say F is equals to R by 2. Clear beta? I am again repeating what we have done. I think up to here you have able to understand. Now we have just be take one consideration that the point M is very much near to the pole. Okay, mean the incidence point is very much near to the pole point. Then we can say that MF is equals to PF. Okay, from here beta I am just be telling you from this diagram. As I am just telling you, the point of incidence M is very much near to the point P. Suppose it is approximately here, very much close to the point P. The consideration we have taken. Now if this is there, so we can say MF is equals to PF because both are very much close to each other. And you know this PF is the focal length. Okay, the focal length is the distance between the focus point and the pole. Okay, clear? So from first of all, we have just be taken that this PF means C to P, C center of curvature. So here it is the radius of curvature, C to P. So I will just be bifurcate C to P in two parts. PF plus FC is equals to radius of curvature. Now PF is F. Now FC is also be your F. How? As I told you that MF is equals to PF and MF is already equals to FC. So indirectly we can say, so directly we can say FC is equals to FP. So it is also be your F. F plus F is equals to R. 2F is equals to R and F is equals to R upon 2. Here. Clear beta? This we have done. So hence we have concluded that the focal length is half of the radius of curvature for a spherical mirror. Okay, so the focal length is the half of the radius of curvature for a spherical mirror. Even this formula you have used in your 10th standard, but there no any kind of a derivation is there, but here we have an authentic derivation for this. Clear? This is about it. Now moving ahead with our next thing, that is the mirror equation which we are going to derive today. Okay, so the second point is mirror equation. Now in this mirror equation I am just going to first draw a ray diagram, so for that it is easy for you to understand the thing. So here is our diagram like this, just have a look. This is your concave mirror. Okay, so concave mirror, so here the outer curved surface is polished one beta. Okay, and a principal axis has been drawn to it, so we can just, so this is the principal axis. Clear? Okay, now suppose at beyond, or we can say between infinity and center of curvature, I had just be kept one object A to B. So the first thing is that when the incident ray is parallel to the principal axis, it always passes through the focus point F. Clear? If it is coming through a pole, then by obeying the laws of reflection, it has been passed through with the same angle, okay, and if the light rays has been passing through the center of curvature, then again with the help of this scale, when you will draw, you will have just get the correct form of it. Clear? Okay, so when the center of curvature it has been incident, it will be reflect back, turn back on the same path. Okay, so this is center of curvature, this is focus point F, and here your image has been formed of B dash and A dash. Okay, so from F to P, the distance is your focal length small f, okay, and the distance of the image is your V, and the distance of the object is your U. I hope that you know about all these notifications. When the parallel line is coming, it has been incident point M, when at the pole it is incident point P, and when from center of curvature it has been incident at point N. Labeling must have to give there, because in the derivation it will help you out. Okay, clear? Now as we have just say that the theory I am not writing beta, because the same thing is there. You have been write your theory by your own language, that the A dash B dash is the real image of the object, U, V and F are the object distance, image distance and the focal length. Okay, now we have to find the relation between U, V and F. Okay, so for this we have to consider the similar triangle. Similar triangle, first of all we have to consider triangle. Okay, first of all we have to consider similar triangle. So here your similar triangle is beta A dash B dash F, and through this point F it will be your MPF. Okay, I am just taking the point F as a common. So from here A dash B dash F and MPF, similar triangles we are assuming. So A dash B dash F and MPF. But for this what we have to assume, we have to assume that the concave mirror which we have taken to relate the relation between U, V and F is having of a very small aperture. So if it is a very small aperture, then MP is just assume that it is straight line. Okay, so we have to be assuming MP as a straight line. This you have to assume beta, then only you are able to understand this concept. Clear? Now we are taking the ratios. When the similar triangles are there, so we have to take the ratios in the similar triangle. Okay, so what are the ratio? First of all the vertical ratio, then the horizontal ratios. So vertical is your B dash A dash, and in this triangle vertical is your PM, and here the horizontal one is your B dash F, and here this is your FP. Okay, clear? Now your this MP or PM, is this a straight line? So this is equal to a parallel line is coming from AB. So we have considered that PM is equals to AB. So now I am putting this value B dash A dash BA B dash F FP. Okay, this is the first similar triangle we have taken. Now another similar triangle we are considering. So here again from triangle PAB and triangle PA-B being similar. Okay, which triangle I am considering? I am showing you the diagram, beta. Just have a look that I am taking the triangle, which one? PAB, this bigger triangle, PAB and PA-B. Okay, clear? PAB means object through the pole and image through the pole. So again I am just be taking the ratios B-A- upon BA and B-P is equals to BP. Okay, clear? So the ratios I am taking it out, that is B-A- is equals to BA and B-P is equals to BP. Suppose this one is your equation number 1 and this one is your equation number 2. Clear, beta? Get my point? Now from these two equations we are comparing these two equations, beta. So on comparing equation 1 and 2, we get what we get, beta? That first of all just have a look that these are the same one. Now this we have to be equivalent. So B-F upon FP. So first of all I am just writing this B-F upon FP in the another way, like B-F. So in this diagram, beta, this is your B-F. So what I am going to write down, B-F has been written as B-P minus FP. B-P minus FP. Okay. So like this I am writing it down, B-P minus FP upon FP, and this is equal to, comparing with this equation, B-P upon BP, equation number 3. Okay. Now I am using the sign convention, Okay, you don't know about sign convention, no issue. Right now I am writing the directive sign convention. Next I will just be tell you what is a sign convention. First you have to understand this thing. Okay. Now B-P, from diagram you can see B-P is the distance of the image. So B-P, and due to sign convention it is minus V. B-P, okay. FP is a focal length, again it is minus form, and BP is the object, it is equals to minus U. All the values I am putting in the equation number 3. What we get, beta? All the values are in the minus form, and in the next lecture I told you how this sign convention is used. Okay. So here B-P means minus V minus plus F, FP and minus plus F upon minus F is equals to minus V upon minus U. Clear? So this minus has been cancelled out and this will become like this. We can write like V minus F upon F is equals to V upon U. Okay, clear? Now I am just be taking it consideration. So what we get? I have to be divide all these terms. Okay. So here from this equation we have conclude that 1 upon V plus 1 upon U is equals to 1 upon F. How, beta? That you have to be take first of all do the cross multiply. So this is become your UV minus UF is equals to VF. Here I am writing, okay, so you will not be confused. What, beta? UV minus UF is equals to VF. after cross multiplying. Then you have to be divide this equation. Okay, I am just writing it down. Equation number 4. On dividing equation 4 by UVF on both side. Okay, so I am just dividing this UVF. So UV can have 1 upon F minus 1 upon V is equals to 1 upon U. This minus 1 upon V has been put on this side, so it will become 1 upon V plus 1 upon U equals to 1 upon F. Clear? Get my point? So this is the relation of mirror equation. Okay, this is what beta? This is your mirror equation. This is called mirror equation. Okay, and even this equation is valid for both concave and convex mirror. Clear? This is about your mirror equation. If in the exam it has been asked that relate a relation, derive a relation between UVF through a concave mirror. So this is the same. This is the mirror equation, is the relation between UV and F. Clear beta? Get my point? Now further we are going to do in our next lecture. Today's homework is this. You have to be do all these things in your fair notebook with a proper and with the understanding all these equations. Okay, and any of the doubt you are facing, then you may discuss to me. Okay, one thing which I haven't done yet, that is a sign convention. So sign convention we will do in our next lecture. Clear? Okay, thank you. That's all for today.